There's a debate going on here in Vancouver over how to make the streets safer. This after a series of attacks over the last few months that appear to be random and unprovoked, including one that happened not far from here in the city's historic Chinatown. Harold Johnson has been a security guard in Chinatown for 20 years. Well known, well liked, but 2 months ago, out of nowhere, he was attacked.
Guys started punching me in the side of the face, doing everything, punching me and everything.
Right here, just started.
Right here, kicked me 3 times. Then I fell down, was down, then a pool of blood.
Johnson said his nose was broken, his cheekbones and eyes damaged. He's had headaches, dizziness, problems sleeping.
Like, you know, Harold's part of our community, he's part of our family, and I just feel that when he got assaulted, that was an assault in our community.
How are you feeling these days?
Well, I do not walk to the...
Lorraine Lowe is the executive director of the Dr. Sun Yat-sen Classical Chinese Garden. She's lived in Vancouver her entire life. And Lowe says something you hear a lot these days. It feels less safe on the streets. It's getting darker sooner, and you have concerns about, at the end of the day, just going to your car.
Oh, absolutely. You know, public safety is a huge issue down here. I'm very cognizant of my surroundings. I make sure that I'm vigilant, and I've got to have eyes in the back of my head when I'm walking to my car.
Increasingly, stories of unprovoked attacks are in the news, and a report commissioned by the municipal and provincial governments stated in Vancouver, stranger attacks in 2021-22 increased by 35% compared to 2019-20, coinciding with the pandemic. A pandemic which research shows has worsened mental health. The report was written by experts in mental health and policing and made a careful distinction. The vast majority of people with mental illness will never be involved in crime or violence. However, there appears to be a moderate but significant association between psychotic disorders and violence.
We need to take care of each other.
Crime and safety have become an issue in this month's municipal election, but Mayor Kennedy Stewart, who's running again, says being tough on crime isn't the answer.
And what for me angers me so much through this election, it's all about how many people can you lock up. It's not about how many people can you help. And I just don't think that's Vancouver. This is not who we are, and it doesn't help to arrest people who are homeless. You need to get them help.
And I hear you, but I also hear the people who are saying they want to feel safer in the short term. Like, will they? Can they?
Yeah, I agree. Everybody has to feel safe, and I do know that many people in the city feel like they did prior to COVID. But there's certain neighborhoods that absolutely need extra help, and that's why all of us have to work together.
Working together means all 3 levels of government making some significant and likely expensive changes. Here's an example from the report. Low secure units, so not jail cells, but still taking people off the streets to get treatment. Neil Boyd is a criminologist and professor emeritus at Simon Fraser University.
So, what that gets at, just the language itself says something important, that security is a crucial part of this issue moving forward, and that we don't want at the same time to have this resemble a jail.
We're glad you're recovering.
There seems to be political momentum to make some significant changes, but it will take all 3 levels of government, and it will take time. Likely not quick enough for Harold Johnson, who worries about his own safety when he's ready to return to work. How does it make you feel about this neighborhood?
It's scary, but I want to see tourists come back into Chinatown. Chinatown's my family. I work here, and I don't want to see tourists get scared. I want to see them to come back. If we can get this mess cleaned up